Who remembers Chinese cinema in 2018 and 2019, when a whole bunch of movies about Chinese servicemen were made? From Operation Mekong and Red Sea, to The Bravest, The Captain, and SWAT, everything was fair game to be turned into a movie. Some, like The Bravest and The Captain, were based on true stories. Others, like Dante Lam's previous movies, were action-filled fictional stories. Well, welcome to the first Chinese movie about their elite Coast Guard rescue squad. And wow, did Dante Lam pile on everything and the kitchen sink into this one. Hi, I'm the Artie Dance from Asian Film Fans, and welcome to this review of the Chinese-Hong Kong action co-production, The Rescue. Gao Chen is the elite of the elite, the leader of the Coast Guard rescue squad, who is responsible for the actual rescue component of the rescue missions. He has a small and loyal team, full of highly trained and very fit men. But after the helicopter pilot quits, the new replacement, Feng Yuling, causes a bit of ruckus within the team. She's a serious but pretty woman with a strong focus on getting the job done right without putting anyone at risk, kind of in contrast to what Gao Chen does. Gao Chen is also a single father, and as the movie progresses, elements of drama are added into his exciting yet tragic storyline, culminating in a typical movie happy ending. Dante Lam. He has a pretty impressive list of Hong Kong action movie credits to his name. The Twins Effect, The Viral Factor, Beast Cops, and even Beast Stalkers. They're fun films, but they're not really masterpieces. But his Chinese movies, the two Operation titles Mekong and Red Sea, now they're impressive. Patriotic and very red, but with high budgets and full of over-the-top action. And that's what The Rescue is, a special effects laden action set piece after action set piece movie that has its breakneck pace, thankfully, but also unfortunately, interrupted by some cute scenes of his tragic family life. Because it's as if the writers didn't feel there was enough drama and action in this movie that they also needed to ensure Gao Chen suffered in his personal life as much as he suffers at work. Action-wise, well, what really is there to say? It's actors in front of a green screen reacting to explosions and other dangerous situations that are added in post-production. For the most part, they all do a great job, but wow, did they really overdo it in this film. CGI has allowed a lot of new techniques in filmmaking, none more so than over-the-top action. And if it's not bad enough to see an oil platform blow up and collapse into the sea, you'll get a domestic plane crash and a natural gas tanker also blow up and collapse into the sea. And thank God this is all CGI, because I'd hate to see what kind of environmental damage this would cause in real life, just for the sake of a movie. There's a lot of pretty explosions. Most of the time there are multiple ones in the same scene, with the exception of the plane crash. And believe it or not, that was my favourite rescue in the film. Sure, it was sad, but I liked the way this one was done. There was a real sense of urgency in trying to rescue as many passengers and crew as possible, and the real methodical series of actions in how the rescue was conducted. From winching the end of the plane's fuselage, the way they sorted out the severity of each passenger's injuries, to the tasteful way they handled any dead passengers. It was a great scene, and it was great to watch, and no doubt made even more exciting with the real involvement of the Chinese Coast Guard in the production of the movie. And while on reflection I thought that the scenes involving Gao Chen and his son Kong Kong were maybe unnecessary, I get why they are there, to build up his sense of community loyalty. This was probably the reddest element of the whole film, red being the term that Chinese citizens refer to as predominantly patriotic or full of propaganda, where an individual should put the life of others in need ahead of their own life. Some viewers might not like this, especially the choice he makes at the end of the film to leave the hospital, made even more obvious by his superior asking why he didn't stay there. Speaking of his son, the little boy who plays in the role, Zhang Jingyi, was pretty awesome, with his mop of curly hair, innocent questions, and something that I'm a sucker for in any film, farting. Somehow, movies just seem to be a little bit better with some farting. It's just all that human drama. I didn't really want that in my action film. I can't help but feel a bit of a trim to some of the peripheral storylines could have saved the audience about 15 or 20 minutes. The rescue scenes themselves already had plenty of drama in them. From rescuing the tanker driver while his cabin rushes down the rapids, to the final rescue on the gas tanker, there was already enough over-the-top drama that we didn't need that extra storyline about his son. A lot of people will also focus on the special effects. There is a lot of them, and some of them are quite poor. Worst part is they use some of those poor effects for the trailers, so the movie was already on the back foot with the audience. While there are some great effects, one that sticks out for me happens specifically in the rapids scene. With the quickly shifting bullet time style camera movement, most of them are just rather blah. Too much computer effects can result in fatigue, and there's no doubt that by the end of the film, you're going to be sick of seeing explosions and metal structures falling into oceans. My last point is not so much a negative, but a comment about Eddie Peng. How the hell do you still look so damn young? No one would ever guess you're 39 years old as of release of this film. In the end, this movie is a strange mixture of exciting and fatigue. It's fun in bursts, tedious in others, but the fun parts were exciting enough, and that means I enjoyed more parts of the film than I expected, which means I'll give this a thumbs up, just on enjoyment and explosion factor alone. Don't watch this if you're expecting a serious action film. That's not what this movie was made for. It's also much better than The Bravest. If you've seen it, what did you think? Thank you for watching this review. Please don't forget to press the like button and consider subscribing to support the channel.